Thank you. Welcome back. We're now back online. Councillor Hope.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Mayor. Given the information that's just been presented to councillors that was not in the paper and given to us in that confidential session, I'm happy to remove my proposal from the table.
Thank you. Councillor Taylor.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Can I ask what would happen if Chickwell Town Council decided to vote against this?
Okay, Madam Mayor, yeah, with the wording of the recommendation as it is now, it would rather look that if Chickwell decided that they did want to be part, that none of it could go forward. So you may, Madam Mayor, wish to consider an amendment in addition to this to make it clear that if Chickwell did not want to proceed, that we would still proceed with Port.
Okay, so with your permission, can I put in a slight amendment, words to that effect? That's it. I don't know. Okay, can I propose that, please?
Can we have a seconder, please? Councillor Norman. So the proposal is as ahead, that the full council agrees to Weymouth Town Council being part of a joint bid with Portland Town Council and Chickwell Town Council, the National Towns of Culture 2028. Should Chickwell Town Council decide not to be part of the joint bid would go ahead with Portland Council. So it's been proposed and it's been seconded.
Yeah, but should I just ask if councillor Taylor would say, could it be vice versa?
Yeah.
So if Chickwell agreed and Portland don't, we go ahead with Chickwell.
Portland already agreed.
Portland agreed.
What does it say up there? Should Chickwell Town Council decide not to be part of it?
Yeah.
Then we go ahead with Portland Town Council.
Yes.
What if it's the other way around and
Portland
already agreed to put it in the bid?
It was a Chickwell vote.
So the proposed and seconded. Can I now go to the vote, please? All those in favour?
That is 22.
Anybody against? Any abstentions?
One.
Thank
you. So that is carried. Thank you.
Leave it live.
Right, we now move on to item 15, request to spend money on a new electric vehicles for the council fleet. Again, Heath is going to introduce the report, and please can I ask councillors to allow Ben to give his full report before asking questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So the purpose of this report is to seek the approval from full council for officers to spend money from the Vehicle Procurement Reserve, the VPR, purchase 2 new electric vehicles into the council's fleet and for the installation of a double electric charge point at Tumbledown. From the climate and ecological emergency perspective, it's a key action that the council, for the council to reduce their Scope 1 emissions as identified in the decarbonisation strategy and action plan. And that's to gradually swap the council fleet from diesel to electric vehicles where possible. Officers brought a previous report to full council in April 25, and the council asked for alternative options and more information on company human rights records, cost of replacement batteries, before they felt that they could give a decision on whether to be able to spend this money or not. This request forms part of the 5-year vehicle replacement programme, which officers put forward in November as part of the budget setting process. There is a slight amendment to the report where we asked for, or we said that we would look for 2 Ford Transit vehicles. Unfortunately, the crew cab is not possible at the minute with the same Ford model. So although one of the vehicles would be a Ford, the other would be an Iveco type vehicle, which enables us to get the crew cab, which enables us to do more with that vehicle in terms of moving resources around to fulfil our work. The purchase cost for the two vehicles would be the forged cage tipper vehicle at 48,750 plus VAT, and the Iveco at 62,540.50 plus VAT, with a total cost of £111,290.50 for the two vehicles. Officers have engaged with a vehicle procurement company specialist as part of this exercise, and they've searched the available options and prices to ensure the council has the best prices available. The company has a full working conditions and human rights policy, which have been included in the report with the appendixes B and C, and that shows the company has strong working practices from where they procure. And the company demonstrates that they produce the vehicles ethically. Additional vehicle information, as we said, one of the vehicles will have a crew cab. This makes the movement of resources around the town much easier and enables the vehicle to be used much more for different types of activities that the Green Spaces team need to do. Also, the first vehicle would have a cage to the tip element at the back of the vehicle. This enables us to be more effective with our bin emptying round, because the vehicle will enable to do the whole round in one go, rather than currently it has to do 2 trips with a trip back to the depot to empty it halfway through. Battery life would be circa 2,500 cycles or 8 years, whichever comes first. And an estimated cost for battery replacement is circa 34,000. This is mainly because the company hasn't had to replace one in the short lifespan of the vehicles currently on that have been purchased. The manufacturer also would expect the vehicles to have a 15-year plus lifespan once we've bought them. In terms of charging the new vehicles, part of this work would also be to install a double charge point at Tumbledown. This will time with the work for progressing the nursery relocation. Cost to install the new charge points at Tumbledown would be circa £10,000. And officers are applying for a £750 voucher to the voucher scheme for that towards the charging units. This request forms part of the 5-year procurement plan for the vehicles, and would be part of using that vehicle replacement fund as detailed at the start. A second amendment to the paper was that the additional £10,000 for the charge points wasn't added to the full cost within the recommendation. So the amendment would be that full council agreed to release £121,290.50 from the vehicle procurement reserve to purchase 2 vehicles and the installation of a double charge point at Tumbledown. Thank you.
Thank you. So, anybody like to, Councillor Dickinson?
Thank you very much, Ben. An absolute wonderful report. Read through it, and thanks for the modern slavery from the companies that support our policy for the local council. Excellent. I would just like to know, is it cheaper to actually run vehicles than if they were diesel or petrol? But I will be supporting it either way, but I'm hoping you'll say it's cheaper. And obviously, putting the 2 charge points in at Tumbledown makes absolutely sense, because we will be moving the nursery up there. I just hope that there's enough parking for when staff go there, that they can park their vehicles or put their bicycles or whatever, that we look after that as well. Well done, and I'll be supporting it 100%.
Please do.
So we took a paper back to Environment Services last year to give a diesel versus electric feedback. So I haven't got the exact figures in the top of my head, but I want to say it was diesel was a roughly 16 pence per mile, and electric works out at 10. So across the whole year, if there should be a reduction in cost to the council with electric over diesel. Got that data? Yeah, if you've got it there.
Yeah, so estimated cost per annum electricity £669 and diesel is 1,160.
Yeah, that's what the government there are changes.
No, thank you. And then just the second part of that in terms of vehicles, so at the top of Tumbledown site, there's a parking area that can take 22 cars. So with those staff that maybe need to park their car there and then transfer to a vehicle, that's possible. At the bottom, there's plenty of space to park bicycles and lock them to the fenced area to the left of Kestrel Bar. So that would be possible.
Councillor Norton, did you want to ask?
I think, given the questions, I was just going to query the maintenance costs, but it's covered in the running costs that the council firm just read out, so I'm happy. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor O'Leary.
Yes, thank you. Tumbledown Farm, climate change, electric cars. Like triggered me bingo.
Good news.
But I am going to surprise you, because I will be voting in favour of this evening, because I think it's a very practical step. I think it's a good step. I think it brings the fleet that will be used, and like Councillor Dickinson said, to where the nursery will be going. It brings it closer to actual Weymouth as opposed to being towards Phillips. I'm fully in favour of this, and I think it's an actual practical improvement to Tumbledown that I can really see the benefit of to this council and the town. So therefore, I may be surprising you this evening, but I will be supporting them.
Councillor Bell.
Yeah, this makes perfect sense. It's been well explained in the report. It's been back and forth. Ben's done an excellent job, so thank you very much. So I just want to move forward with proposing this.
Thank you. Councillor second. Sorry, did you want a second or?
I'll second it and say something.
Right, please.
I very much support this proposal. Great that we're going to have two very clean vehicles. The climate emergency, ecological emergency is way more severe than we thought it was a few years ago. There's an Asian government report which came out about global diversity loss, ecosystem collapse, national security. This is produced by the Army, MI5 and MI6. It spells out very stark terms the threat we face. So by taking this step, we're doing our part as councillors to address this absolute juggernaut which is coming towards us. So yeah, very much in favour. And the fact we've got solar panels on the roof already, and new solar panels will be generating our own power. So it's a great plan. And I think second it.
Thank you. Anybody else like to speak before we go to Councillor Atkins?
Yes, I wonder whether the replacement plan could be extended out in 5 years, perhaps to 7, which accountants often use, given the long service life these electric vehicles have. And the second point I'd like to make is it worth, if that is true, and also the economy of fuel that's been suggested, that we should make that available, information available to residents to show that we've got value for money.
Councillor Bowen.
I just want to say I'm delighted that we've got the charging points out of Weymouth Town Centre so that the vehicles can be charged, outside of, overnight. It's a great place to park them at Tumbledown.
Anybody else want to comment before we go to the vote then? So the recommendation is that the full council agrees to release 111,900. Sorry, trying to change that.
121. We just added the extra 10,000 in for the charging for it.
£121,290.50 from the vehicle procurement reserve for the purchase of 2 electric vehicles to update the council's fleet and to install a double electric vehicle charge point at Tumbledown Farm. Being proposed and seconded. Could I ask all those in favour?
That is unanimous.
Thank you very much. So we move on quickly now to the renewal of the council's tree management policy. Again, Ben, if you'd like to give your report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So the purpose of this report is to provide councillors with the new draft tree management policy from 2026 to 2030 to update and renew the existing policy. The climate and ecological emergency is widely recognised that trees have a significant role to play in sequestering carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and increasing biodiversity. Trees have an provide important wildlife habitat. Lines of trees create green corridors. Leaving felled wood increases habitat and biodiversity. And trees have a valuable role in stabilising soil and helping to manage water runoff. The tree policy will enable the council to maintain a sustainable approach to tree and woodland management by delivering sustainable and suitable tree planting projects. 2-for-1 replacement planting, encouraging the diversity of our stock, and also establishing an effective tree nursery at Tumbledown. It will also create sustainable opportunities to support sustainable food growing, use of fruit and nut trees. Officers have engaged with the CE working group and have incorporated feedback into the policy and had very positive comments from the working group itself. In terms of the report going forward, it was taken to the Environment and Services Committee, who unanimously voted to approve the draft to full council to be adopted as the tree management policy. The tree management policy is a document that sets out the guiding principles of how Weymouth Town Council will maintain and manage its tree stock. It will also, we understand that, Weymouth Town Council understands and values the contribution trees make to the overall environment of the town and the benefits they bring. Council will actively manage its tree stock and acknowledge good tree ownership and management to enable it and preserve the stock and to increase both with the quality and quantity of future stock. The council will also raise awareness and appreciation of trees and the benefits they bring to the wider community. The tree policy will start with a tree stock of 6,500 trees, and across the 5 years of the policy aim to target to increase this by 16% to achieve 7,540 trees by 2031. In addition to this tree management policy is the inclusion of a tree management action plan, which was in Annex B. And the plan is referenced within the policy and sets out how the policy will be operationally delivered and includes the location and amounts of planned trees to be planted, which will help to achieve the 60% target. Prior to the tree planting projects from the plan being started, the Green Spaces Manager will contact the ward councillors for that area and arrange site visits to explain where the trees will be planted to ensure everyone is happy with the planting plan. Officers have asked that the tree removal and replanting budget has been allowed to allow the actions to take place to make sure that the policy can deliver what we've set out in this policy and action plan. And the use of the tree nursery at Tumbledown will help provide the trees required. The recommendation is that the full council approve and adopt the tree management policy 2026 to 2030 to replace the existing tree management policy 2021 to 25.
Thank you. Any councillors like to make any comments? Councillor Bell.
Yeah, again, just to share my thanks with Ben for putting this report together, and also our horticultural team, who are great. And they've worked with young people in the area recently. Really enthused them about nature and about getting out there and supporting their communities. And so even beyond the ecological work that produces, the fact that that team are reaching out to the youth of the area and encouraging them to take pride in their town is fantastic. So hopefully that can carry on in earnest. I know our sustainability officer is doing great work there, connecting up the local schools. So this is all part of a system of improvements to the town across a wide range of areas that involves, yes, council staff, but also the communities themselves. And I think that's fantastic. And long may that continue. It's really good to see an aspirational target, an achievable aspirational target on the number of trees to get in place. Hopefully we push on and see if we can even surpass that. So fantastic work. Thank you very much. It's a really positive step. And for that reason, I will propose this one.
Would anybody else like to comment? Councillor Oram.
Yeah, again, warmly endorse this one. We've got a really great team of arborists in the council. You may not see them, but we've seen the evidence of the over the last 15, 20 years. I've seen areas they've planted and now they're wonderful mature trees. So this will keep that work going. I mean, the carbon capture is a given. Carbon capture has been tried industrially and it doesn't really work, but here we have solar powered water-driven devices which capture carbon, and they look. The other two practical benefits is urban cooling. We're seeing more hot summers. If you have street trees, you decrease the temperature in the street substantially, and that will become really important by mid-century. In fact, life-saving. The other health benefit. Trees are actually antidepressants. There's been studies in housing estates, identical housing estates, some with bare concrete, others with trees. Ones that have trees have lower crime and improved mental health. So it's just a win-win-win. So very much supportive of this.
Thank you. Councillor Atkinson.
Yeah, I wonder whether the scrubland just northwest of the current recycling centre should be considered for tree planting under this scheme, presumably with the agreement of Dorset Council. Possible contamination of the soil might be an issue to consider. Its status for woodland birds would be much enhanced. The RSPB's advice would be of value as it's within the SSI impact zone. I believe several birds of interest nest there, for instance, whitethroat and probably lesser whitethroat. And I've seen a red-breast shrike there on autumn migration. There's only 1 to 5 birds seen per autumn in the whole of Dorset. So here is something that could be enhanced locally, I think, for great benefit.
So could I ask for clarity? Could you say what place are you referring to? Sorry.
It's the land northwest of the recycling centre. It's scrubland.
The old tip.
It's the old, yeah, it's scrubland. You know where the green parking area is north beyond that. There's a bit of raised land.
Yeah.
And it's scrubland.
It's a nature recovery area, and it was built as part of the.
Point of the chair, we should be keeping the business and working through the chair, not having discussions.
Partly.
Well said. Thank you. Councillor Sybil.
And its own.
2 points. Councillor Bell proposed it. Very happy to second it. I think this is a fantastic piece of work that's come through ENS. So well done, everyone. Councillor Orrell, you won't see our borealists. They tend to inhabit the canopy. Arborist, sorry.
Thank you. But anybody else like to make a comment? I think actually Councillor Sybil, Councillor Orrell had said he would second.
That's absolutely fine.
That's fine. So could I take it then to the vote, please, then? All those in favour?
That is unanimous. Thank you.
Well, can I again reiterate then our grateful thanks for 2 excellent reports and please thank all your staff. Thank you. Right, number 16. Sealing, sorry, 17, sealing of release for the land at Sandsford Gardens. And Charmaine's going to take us through this.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. At the Finance and Governance meeting held in November, members agreed for officers to receive and issue a lease to tenants of Sandsford Cafe for the use of the designated area of Sandsford Gardens. As per section 23 of the council standing order, a legal deed cannot be executed on behalf of the council unless it's authorised by full council. Hence why I bring this here this evening. Therefore, I'm asking full council to agree the sealing of the lease for the land at Sandsford Gardens.
Anybody got any comments? So therefore, can I go ask for a proposer? Councillor Day and a seconder, Councillor Williams. All those in favour?
That is unanimous, Chair. Thank you.
Agenda item 18, sealing of deed of assignment. Councillor Charlene, if you could take us through that, please.
We're currently going through a process and this proceeds and require this document to be sealed. It is a confidential document and it is as per confidential appendix 10. So we're asking this evening to seal this document.
Does anybody wish to discuss this? Because if they do, we'll need to go into confidential session. So can I ask for a proposal then, please? Councillor O'Leary, a seconder. Councillor Thurman. And all those in favour?
That is unanimous, Chair. Thank you.
Right, information items. The first one being the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. I'm going to ask the town clerk, please, to introduce this, and then I'm going to hand over to Councillor Bell, if I may.
Thank you. It is an information item. I'm happy if you want to go through this, but it is an information item. It's just for noting there is no decision required by councillors tonight.
And it, if I may, it also points to a briefing which will take place to expand.
Councillor Bell.
Section 5 about Southville, I literally didn't understand it. I think someone's had fat fingers there. The second and third sentence, I don't, it said this proposal also includes Runcorn Lane, which already has a speed due to speed above the current 30 mph limit. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's a typo, isn't it? Someone knows.
Oh, absolutely, and it's me. So where am I looking?
The thing that was in the, on there.
You're looking at
Oh.
the sixth line, I think.
Right,
Yeah, sixth line of the south.
okay, and
And
I
to the
think
end, it's all garbled.
that will be a cut and paste error on my part from the document sent by Dorset Council. Councillor Bell, are you able to determine what the gist of it should have been? Is it that there's the existing speed limit in that area?
It's an information item.
Yes.
I'm just reading it. We can sort it after, it's an
Yeah.
information item.
We can sort it out.
So the other information items to note are the policy reviews, action from previous meetings and the forward plan. So can I just ask everybody please to note that,
No.
those. We don't take the vote.
No.
Right, so with the bang of the gavel,